Censorship, the practice of officially examining forms of media and suppressing the unacceptable parts. But the people that actually enjoy this media aren't the ones who get to decide what is considered unacceptable. Parents, teachers, and even the government get to decide before you are given the chance. The American Library Association collected data from the years 1990 to 2010 and discovered that over 50% of the books that were challenged by parents. But maybe if teachers and parents were to actually listen to their students and children, they wouldn't feel the need to enforce their opinions onto everyone else.
My absolute favorite book of all time, or book series, is Harry Potter. I just think that they have really good morals, and they're good for little kids and big kids and adults, and it's a universally good series for people to read. Because even as you get older, you notice different themes and different little things thrown in there that you can appreciate at that older age. If I was never allowed to read the Harry Potter book series, my life would be so much different. The creativity and the magic in books really just can change a person, and I have been more creative through it, and I know I've also made a lot more friends that I probably wouldn't have connected as well with if I hadn't read the series.
Can't really choose just one book. I like books with political symbolism, like The Lord of the Flies or Fahrenheit 451. If I wasn't able to read the books that I have, I feel like I just wouldn't be as educated as a person. Like Fahrenheit 451 is about censorship, and I never heard about censorship before Fahrenheit 451, and I researched the background story, and it's just really important because, I mean, without knowledge of just everyday things, we're just kind of robots.
My general opinion of book banning is that it's a really ignorant practice. It just kind of hides the problem of whatever the books have in them, whether it be profanity or sexual content or whatever. You're gonna face that at some point in your life anyways, so facing it through this character in a book is a lot better because you can figure out your own opinion and what you would do in that situation. And it's easier to put down a book than pause your life and step away and think about what you would want to do in that situation. Book banning and censorship have a really negative effect because, as I said, they just kind of hide the problem, sweep it under the rug, and it just kind of eliminates the issue from being discussed in literature, but it'll still be present in real life.
I don't like the idea of book banning because I feel like you're depriving children of important literature. They're classics, and some schools have banned Scarlet Letter, and it's a really good book. You shouldn't do that. How are you supposed to learn about the past?
I'd have to say that my general opinion on book banning is, I mean, once you get to a certain age, you should be able to choose for yourself what you're willing to expose yourself to. Once you get to a certain age, it should be your choice, because, I mean, it's like a right.
Many books are challenged or banned in order to protect a younger generation from harmful subjects. But not only is it impossible to shield someone from reality forever, you keep the child from learning the consequences of harmful actions in a safe way, through books.
I just find the whole notion of banning books absolutely ridiculous. Books that involve drug use, sex, violence, they're not encouraging people to obtain these characteristics. More often than not, I find that they're trying to make a point about them and question different issues. It's just ridiculous to ban a book that could be educational on these sorts of issues and could change people's lives for the better.
One book that is very commonly banned in schools is Looking for Alaska by John Green. Many people have described Green's book as pornographic, but John Green explains why this is not the case.
There is one very frank sex scene. It is awkward, unfun, disastrous, and wholly unerotic. The whole reason that scene in question exists in Looking for Alaska is because I wanted to draw a contrast between that scene, when there's a lot of physical intimacy, but it's ultimately very emotionally empty, and the scene that immediately follows it, when there's not a serious physical interaction, but there's this intense emotional connection. The argument here is that physical intimacy can never stand in for emotional closeness.
If more teachers and parents were to read these books along with the student and use them to teach the student about the issues brought up by the book, both parent and child could benefit. But how can you, the student, change this? The first step to changing something is to raise awareness. Banned Book Week is a week in September held annually that is dedicated to raising awareness for book banning. Become involved in events held at your school and library for Banned Books Week. Then, start a discussion. Instead of accepting an answer, question it.